Happy Thursday, everybody. Oh, my camera looks a little weird today. I don't know if it's because of the green light that I've got. I don't know what it is. Anyway, it's always something. Good morning. We're here to build some skills. I'm working on an Alexa skill that is focused specifically on helping Alexa skill developers try and interact with a bunch of the cool stuff that Alexa can do. So it lets you modify the voice and the tone and the volume and the pitch and all sorts of other stuff. It also will be able to do some Q&A stuff. So you'll be able to ask questions, those kinds of things. And then one of the other things that it will do is give you the latest updates. What's the newest information? What's going on? And so that's the piece I'm going to work on today. It's already working, I think, but I want to make sure that it's working fantastically. One of the things that I plan on doing is working with my marketing team here at Amazon. And we're going to try and spread the word that, when we finally publish this skill, that it's available and usable, and this will be something that they will be specifically focused on. And so I've got a meeting in a couple weeks to really go through all this. I want to make sure it's working really nicely. So I'm going to spend a little time on that this morning. And then if I have some time left, I might go into our achievements engine. There's a bunch of achievements that I could add to the skill and stuff like that. So that is the plan for this morning. Good morning, Kevin Evans. So I'm just going to park it here, and we're going to do some stuff. So let me start by sharing my screen, and we're going to go with screen one like that, I think. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. And so I have my skill here. I just opened this browser a minute ago, so I need a second to get everything up and running. I'm going to need a testing tab. I don't expect that I will need a lot in the interaction model, but we'll see. Maybe we will. So let's get our debugging running just so we can see everything. So we'll run that, and we are now debugging. Beautiful. And so I'm going to go into the console, this one. We're just going to open the skill. That's the place we start. Maybe.
Hello, and welcome to Voice Developer. This skill can give you information and answers about Alexa skill development. What can I help you do next?
Nothing, but I just noticed I've got an issue here. I don't know if you guys how well you can see this, but I have conversational turned on. Never mind. I thought I had mismatched my tags, but I have the conversational domain turned on, which is fine. This is one of the things that I want to play with as I'm in here. So let's look at my interaction model, and let's see. I have a news intent, so I can say like, "What's new?" or "What are the latest updates? Give me the news." So let's use this one. Give me the news. And I built this a while ago. I don't remember exactly how it works or what it does and how well it does it. So if I just say, give me the news, the other thing I want to bring up is my data table. Where is that? It's in a totally different window. Okay. So apparently I have lots of browser windows open today. Okay, so in here I have a news table. And in this table, you can see everything again, like I do with everything. Good morning, Alex. Everything that I do is tagged with locales and the ability to be disabled, so that if I ever need to pull anything from circulation right now, I can always do that. All of my queries, everything, use this as a qualifier. And so most of the time, all my content's going to be just fine. But if I need to rip something out of production for whatever reason, I can come in and check this box, and immediately no one will hear this content anymore. So we're going to test that just to make sure all this stuff is working. We're going to keep these kind of, this is super long. I don't want to have anything that long, especially for my testing. So Alexa Live was on July 21st. And then this is just Alexa Live is on July 22nd. So that's great. Okay, so we just have some short news items here. The other stuff I want to do is make sure that like these kinds of things are being pumped out. I don't actually know how I'll do this, because I want to create. Well, maybe this is a good opportunity for us to do a little APL, just some text-based APL on the screen. where we have the card headline. Alexa Live is on July 22nd, and then below it I would have register, and then I would have the link, and that would be pretty cool. And then we'll just do Jeff Blankenberg. Let's see. Website. And this will be info. Let's say. Okay. So we have those two. Let's do a third one. You shouldn't have seen this. This news should never be found. Unauthorized. Don't. Okay, so we have we have some content in here, and the first thing that I want to make sure I test is the disabled. So I'm going to turn that individual piece of content to disabled. So when we ask it for the news, it should give us these first two. It's not going to do anything with any of this content. We'll get there. But it should read us both of these. And then I think I even added like a sound. I don't remember. I did this months ago. So let's try it. Give me the news.
Here's the latest Alexa developer news. What should we do now?
Well, that's fantastic. So maybe I didn't do any of this. I thought I did. All right. So if we go to news intent, what? News items is right here. So I'm making a call out. I'm calling data.getNews. Get news is here. Get news is talking to the news table. This looks pretty standard. Find things in my locale. Oh, expiration date. That might be why. Let's check our expiration. I didn't do that. And this is a good thing to test. So publication date. We'll set our expiration date for, let's say, September. That was the last time I looked at this. So we'll set it for Halloween for both of these. That's probably what happened, because I didn't get any errors or anything. Good morning, Father Goblin. How are you? So we are in the process of building an Alexa skill that does a bunch of awesome stuff. But let's take a look at running this again. So let me put that in here and say, give me the news. We say, give me the news, and then I hit enter. Now we should have news, I think.
Here's the latest Alexa developer news. Jeff Blankenberg did it. This is the news about something that Jeff Blankenberg did.
Awesome. A little self-promotion.
Alexa Live is on July 21 ND. Alexa Live was on July 21st. Did you know that you can ask for sound effects? Just say something like, play a laser sound effect.
Okay. So we are getting the news, and you hear that there's that little news beat in there, the little sound. I don't know that I love that, but what I was trying to do. Oh, so you like, Kevin, you like the ding. I wasn't sure about the ding, but I felt like I needed an audible delimiter, an autolimiter. I needed a ding or something that made you know that these were separate items, right? Because otherwise the speech just kind of all runs together. Father Goblin, can Alexa subscribe to an RSS feed? Absolutely. There's a number of ways you can do that. You can build a simple skill called a flash briefing. This is something that people can fit into their like daily news feed that they get from Alexa. And you can just point at an RSS feed and it'll kind of just do it. So that's a simple way. It's called a flash briefing. But an RSS feed is just data, right? And so most of the time, I think RSS is still XML. But you can you could also just build a skill that consumes an RSS feed. You'd have to write some code to do it. But yes, you absolutely could, Father Goblin. That's a for sure. So Kevin, you like the beep? I wasn't sure about the beep or not, but I'm feeling better now that you said that. We're gonna get some glasses on too. My eyes have been not great the last couple weeks, and I can't even find my glasses. So maybe we won't be wearing glasses. Where did I put those? There they are. Okay. We're going to let this old man see. Okay. And is that helping? Kind of, maybe. Okay, Kevin says, that's typically what I try to do with longer text readouts. The actual sound effect could be changed, but the concept is what I meant. I'm never as clear as I meant to be through chat. Yeah, chat is a hard way to communicate those kinds of things. So, okay, so you like the idea of the beep, but not necessarily the beep itself. That's easily swapped out. So what I have in my code, if we go to the news intent, wherever that went, if we look at the news intent, what I do here is I say if there's no news, so we got nothing back from the query, which is what would have happened a second ago, then we haven't done anything with that. So we'll work on that here in a second. Then if there is news, then we grab our news intro out of the database, which was the whole, here's the latest Alexa developer news. And then I set my speak output equal to that. And then I loop through all of my items that I pulled out of my news database, and I separate them by this sound effect, this Amazon SFX Electronic Beep 1. And then I put the voice headline, and then I put the voice body. And so you can see in my table that there's two pieces to this, right? There's a headline and there's a voice body. Now, one of the other things that I think I want to do, and I don't know, maybe I shouldn't do this. Part of me wants to make this the newscaster voice all the time. Like you would always hear the newscaster no matter what. Now, normally that makes a lot of sense, and I think it would be cool and useful, but the trick here this time is that in this skill, you can modify how Alexa sounds, right? So you can set tones and pitches and volumes and domains and emotions and all sorts of other stuff. And it applies to the whole skill. And so I feel like it would be weird if you set her emotion to excited, and then when you get to the news, it doesn't sound like that. It sounds the same. It'll feel like your changes didn't apply. I don't know. And it might also be nice to be able to make the changes and then ask for the news, because then you hear a whole bunch of text in the format that you chose. Yeah. Excuse me. Excuse me. I think I just convinced myself that I'm not going to change it to the newscaster voice as much as I would really like to. So, okay, so we also did not get this news, which is good. The other thing that I wanted to do is come in here to the locales, and I wanted to remove the US. So now this is enabled, but this time I don't have the appropriate locale, which for me is ENUS. So what we should get is the same new. I'm going to add another column here just so I don't forget to. Let's do it here. And I'm going to do insert left, and we're going to call this priority. Or order. I don't know the right answer here, but priority sounds right. And we want this to be an integer create field. Okay, so this is a very small field, but we're going to do 1 and then 2. What this is also letting me do is then set the order. Like, I don't want them to have to worry about, like, how do I make sure this one's first or this one's second? And I don't think that there's an easy way to do that with the query that I have now. So what I need to do is go to the Airtable query, no, what is it called? Form field reference. And in here, there is expressions. No, I want like, I don't think this is actually what I want. I want like this. If I just do sort, sort is not even on this page. Okay. Let's go back to my Google result. And there's a code pen. This is really what I want anyway. And this code pen is not the one I want. API encoder, this is the one I want. This no. That's what I'm looking for. There we go. So all I really need to see is I want to add a sort, and I want my field name to be priority. And I use this because it makes, excuse me. We're going to take all of that, and then I don't have to worry about all the URL encoding and all the other stuff. So if we look at our get news function, get news, we look out here at the end, I have a filter by formula. I have it sorted by publication date already. So I'm going to just change this. Oh, I didn't even realize that. Priority. I want this ascending. ASC. Right, that's what they did over here. Yeah, okay. So sort by the field name priority, and the sort direction is ascending. So that means, well, we'll just test it. But what that should give me, if I look at my data, is that it should give me this one first and this one second. So Alexa Live is on July 21st. Okay. And then it says Alexa Live was on July 21st. So let's just run it. Give me the news. And if I didn't break it.
Here is the most recent news for Alexa developers. Alexa Live is on July 21st. Alexa Live was on July 21st. Jeff Blankenberg did it. This is the news about something that Jeff Blankenberg did. What would you like to try?
Okay, two things there. Well, three things, really. First, Danny Thompson, welcome to the show. Thank you for being here. Guys, if you want to have somebody just inspire the crap out of you to get after it in your tech career, follow Danny on Twitter. My goodness. Every time I read your stuff, man, I am just like ready to run through a wall excited for the career that I've chosen and the place that I am, and to help other people get into this stuff as well. So you're doing great work, man. Great work. Okay, so the things that we noticed here. One, it gave me my sort order. Number two, it did not use the one that had the bad locale, which was something we were also counting on, right? We didn't have the English US locale like we have in these two. So I'm going to add that back in. Yes. It also doesn't matter what order they're in here. As long as it's in this field, we're good. We should verify this. Trust but verify, right? That's what I say. So we'll verify that it's actually catching our sort order here. And then we're going to focus on... I've got a couple of issues I'm going to run into. So Kevin, you mentioned earlier that you like the sound effect. The problem that I'm going to run into with the sound effect is when they have more than 5 news items. And maybe my rule should just be that it will only play the first 5. There can never be more than 5 because I have a limit on the number of sound effects I can play, which is 5. And so if I want that sound to stay, do I limit the number of news items? Or do I think I limit the number of news items. You can have a maximum of 5. I think that's got to be the rule. Because honestly, who wants to listen to more than 5 news items at a time anyway? Give me the latest, greatest, coolest, newest stuff. Okay, so let's run that one more time. All I did was change my priority, and I added this ENUS back in, so I should disable it. Otherwise, it would show up. Was there another thing I wanted to check to see? Oh yeah, publication date. So there's no publication dates on this. So we'll just have this be expired in some way. So October 1st to October 3rd. This is a way for us to make sure that this doesn't show up, because today is October 27th. So it doesn't fall between those two dates times. So it also should not show up in our content. So I don't have to have it disabled, and it's not. All right, cool. So we'll give that a test as well. So Back here, we're going to give me the news. This should be Jeff Blankenberg.
Here is
first.
The most recent news for Alexa developers. Jeff Blankenberg did it. This is the news about something that Jeff Blankenberg did. Alexa Live is on July 21st. Alexa Live was on July 21st. What should we do now?
Boy, it feels like I want kind of an outro, like, hey, that was your news for, October 27th, 2022. Do I want to do that? Do I want to do it? If I go to speech, I have some news content in here somewhere. News intro. I could do news outro. All right, let's do it. News outro. This concludes your Alexa developer news for today. Okay, we have one. Let's see if we have famous newscaster sign-offs. Yeah. Uh, 10 classic ways news anchors have signed off. Maybe now I'm going to go back to that portable press one. Okay. And that's the way it is. That's Walter Cronkite. And that's part of our world. We're in touch, so you be in touch. If it's Sunday, no, I don't. No, I was thinking it would be kind of cool to like imitate some of the old newscasters, but that's just that'll just be confusing. So Vin Scully's voice, that would be awesome. So Alex says, I would always read out news according to the date of publication. I would always read out only 3 news at a time. If there are more news, I would ask the user if they want to hear more news. Yeah, so Alex, I've thought about this. The trick with the saving the news, which I can certainly do, I have the mechanisms to do that, is that I would very quickly, I don't think there's that much news. I mean, if you guys think about all the new latest information that's going on with Alexa, like it doesn't move on a daily pace, right? At best, I probably have weekly announcements. And then those things overlap a little bit, or maybe I want to make sure, like for the next month, I want to make sure people are aware that we just launched shopping actions or something. So I guess I could do that. We could. I think that was probably my original intention, because I had it doing descending, and this was publication. That's called news. It's called publication date. So this is what I originally had, was publication date, sorting descending. So the newest stuff would show up first. So I could go back to that and lose the priority. And that will work until, that'll work until someone wants something to fall outside that sort order. But I think that's probably right. And it also gives you as the user it gives you as the user, I'll talk about your next comment in a second. For you as the user, you want to be able to hear the latest news. And it's possible if you're asking every day or every couple of days that you may rehear things. But at least if they're sorted by newest all the time, the moment you hear something you've heard before, you can kind of say, okay, Alexa, stop, or let's do something else, or whatever. I'm also thinking about building this out, building a custom task specifically for this so that you can add that to routines and some other things. So I'm also probably going to build a small flash briefing skill based on this data, so that you could just add the latest Alexa news, same source, same everything, just different place. Okay, so I guess I could in here just specify a maximum of 5, because that is one of the other things that I can do here. There's a max records. If I just say 5, I could just say max records equals 5. And then I'm forcing that business logic on the team that's creating the content, so that there's no way they accidentally send a 6th one in or anything like that. So we could slap this way out here at the end, I guess. And max records equals 5. Okay. So we should test that, right? Like I always like to make sure that this stuff actually works the way I'm expecting it to. So if I go to Alexa developer blog, this is what we're talking about here, Alex. So the Alexa blog has a bunch of content on it. So if I go to the Skills Kit blog, this is the one that I'm focused on. You can see that, we've got October 5th, October 7th, October 17th, October 24th. But this is not the kind of information that I expect this news to have. Like this one, I would. Announcing the general availability of A/B testing. I would expect that to be there. We may mix things in like this once in a while, right? Like, hey, use user voice. But the thing that I don't think I want to include here are the stories. These are fantastic. I really enjoy reading a lot of this stuff. But these are stories, right? We're talking about Eloquence and the new Alexa Innovators episode that we just launched on October 7th. Or, thinking about how to, what I want is really concise, almost like launch announcements, more than I want the news that you see here. And at least that's my intention. I don't know if that's where we'll end up, but I feel like we're not going to look at this. If I click on this story, this is a long thing. And how am I going to boil it down to just a couple of sentences at most? Now, I think these kinds of things probably belong on a blog. There's different content for different places, but I don't expect that the news that I'm creating here in this table is the same news that you see on the blog. They should be different. Because it's a different medium. Okay, so I've limited it to 5, but I need to add some data to this. So we're going to lose our priority column, I think, for now, because I can't sort on both. And we're going to add some more content here. So we'll just call this line 3. I should also talk about what happens if headline 4, headline 5. Actually, I just discovered a bug that I wasn't thinking about, which is they only gave me one. They only gave me the headline. That could happen. That could easily happen. And so over here, we'll just take I'll take this date time and these date times. Okay. So this one should still be excluded as it was before. I think this is going to break. That's what I think is going to happen, because I don't think I handled the filter function in the blog. Seems to be broken. Expand filters. So if I say I only want making money, it looks like they're tagging. It looks like they're tagging them, right? I think it's an and. So if I say build and make money, I see both of that. It's just sorting on what these things have been tagged as. But so, like, if I hit CLI, I'm going to end up with nothing, right? Oh, I still have one. What if I say Alexa hosted skills also? Maybe they don't eliminate everything. I don't know. This seems to be working, right? Like it's based on the tags that I see. Select all except options under lifecycle. Yeah, that does feel a little weird. I think there's probably some special, I'm guessing here, but I'm guessing there's some special rules so that there's never no content. That's my suspicion, because obviously these are not all tagged that way. My other thought is that maybe it's not showing all of the tags, but that seems less likely. I don't know. Would you like me to look into that, Alex? I can ask them how it works or how they structured it, but I do not know off the top of my head. All right, back to my data. So I have okay. I have these 3 headlines. My code is running. If I say give me the news, I'm expecting an error here.
Here is the most recent news for Alexa developers. Jeff Blankenberg did
maybe
it.
It'll just say undefined.
This is the news about something that Jeff Blankenberg did. Headline 3. Undefined.
Okay.
Headline 4. Undefined. Headline 5. Undefined. Alexa Live is on July 21st. Alexa Live was on July 21st. What can I help you do next?
Well, you could just write the code that I need to write. You know what I need to do. You saw undefined come in there. So I have this voice body, and I need to. How do I want to do this? I could just wrap it in here, and I could say if it exists, then no, they're not going to let me do an if statement in here. Although that would be super cool. Yeah. Okay. So we'll have to do this another way. I could say if if it doesn't exist, so then would that solve it for me? I think I could guess. I mean, at that point, it's just data in my object, so I think I can do that. And then it empties it out, and I should do the same thing for the headline. But let's see if that clears out the undefines at least. So if they just wanted to read one headline.
Here's the latest Alexa developer news. Jeff Blankenberg did it. This is the news about something that Jeff Blankenberg did.
Alexa
Headline 3. Headline 4. Headline 5. Alexa Live is on July 21st. Alexa Live was on July 21st. What would you like to do next?
I think that did it. Okay. So what if we do body 4, right? So now we have both sides. We're going to need to tweak that up too. So let's take this. Do the same for what is it, headline. Okay. And now we should be able to run this one more time. Shorter content. I just tweaked up the data a little bit so it's less burdensome.
Here is the most recent news for Alexa developers. Jeff Blankenberg. Headline 3. Body 4. Headline 5. Alexa Live, July 21st. What should we do now?
Cool. Okay. So I'm now pulling my content appropriately. I'm separating them by audio files. Now, the one last thing I should check is what happens if I put a sixth one in here? So we take this and we say body 6. That's not the one that's going to get bumped. It'll be the Alexa Live one that gets bumped because of sort order. But we should be able to take that like that. And let's do that one more time. Give me the news.
Here's the latest Alexa developer news. Jeff Blankenberg. Headline 3. Body 4. Headline 5. Body 6. Another thing I can do is play speech cons. Bazinga! Just ask me to say a speech con. What else can I help you with?
Nothing right now. Okay, so the news is working. I have a data table that allows me to play with this. I feel like I'm gonna have to write some documentation for how this table works so that they understand, like, hey, the sort order is over here. The next thing that I want to do, though, is the APL stuff, and this is going to be a little trickier. I don't really need buttons. I just really want some nice... I kind of want a list, kind of. What's an Alexa text list look like? Do you get to show me one of those? This would actually be pretty cool too. But I think this is all I'm really going for, is like this kind of look. I don't need anything super fancy, although I don't really need, well, numbering is fine, I guess. And then we would show headline and secondary text. This actually works pretty well. So I would take this doc here, and let's just copy that. We'll go into our code. We have an APL folder already from some messing around I did the other day. We're going to call this news list. And my news list is just going to be this file. So we'll save that, and then we're going to need the data source also. So let's come back here. So the catch with this one is these are list items, primary text, secondary. Okay, so I have an array to work from. So I should be able to take this. Mouse. Okay, so we're going to take that, and we're going to come back to our code. Ooh, Alex has something cool for me, maybe. Not easy to copy out of there, so I have to do something like that. And then this, I'll take a look at what you got. Oh, Runji made this one. This is kind of nice. I mean, I feel like this one's kind of nice too, though. Right? Like I would lose the cheese board in the background, do something else, but I don't know. I kind of dig this. I don't know which one I like better. So it's that or this. I mean, they're not that different. It's got nice scrolling to it. Can I, Alex? Can I auto scroll this? Like, can I karaoke mode this a little bit, where I like highlight the one that I'm currently on? That would also be pretty cool. List of items with background. And I really don't care about the background. So I wonder if list of items with subheads would be just fine. Now, always nice to have a background image. So open an editor. This is... Then I have a data source also. Okay. Take that into our doc, and we'll call this news list. And then we're going to need like a news list data. News list data source. Okay. And then my data source will look like this guy. Kind of. We're going to modify that with some code. And we'll put that here. So just statically, with all the content that I have, let's go look at, where did I do this? Launch request. Launch request, I have the add directive here. So we can go to the news intent. And again, we need to be careful about this. If 1 equals 1, this needs to be a for APL compatibility. Then we want to say handler input dot response builder add directive, and that's where we're going to pull this stuff in. So we're going to say const news, what news news list. Aren't you finding it? I'm in. Oh, it's not there. It's here. APL. Nope. APL. News list. Okay. So I can't just do this either. And this is the thing I always get torn up about with APL is like, this is the APL. But then there's more to the syntax than that. So if I go back here to clock test has like this whole thing, which has my document inserted into it. This is, okay, so the document is the piece that I have for clock test. And so I know this is an APLT one, but I feel like we do such a good job of presenting these things, Alex. Like you do such an amazing job of this. But I feel like if I want to just put this into my app, there's stuff that's missing, right? Like I have to, let me just go to like a base APL page. I just like to make sure I get this syntax right. So I don't even care about the Alexa design system. I want add APL support to your skill. Configure your skill for API. I think I already did this. What I want is Oh, Alex, I've just been cursing your name the whole time. No, everything's fine. I'm going to use this. The trick I run into is that this is the document and this is the data sources, but there's a higher level JSON chunk that joins these two. And I can never remember what that is. And I don't have a version of it, so I'm digging to find it right now, but it feels like I wish it was easier to find. Is this what I want? Yeah, with the document in here. So this is the piece that I'm looking for. This has the data sources at the bottom. So it's this piece that I need. So I'm going to take this and copy. Yeah, I think that's where I'm at. But the trick then is that in my code where I'm doing this, I have a little bit more work to do, because what I need to do is I have the document, and then I'm going to have another one that is news list data source. And I need to have a new thing, which is like, we could just call it var APL. And this is going to look like this, but less gross. And so in here, document can go away. If I take my document down to here, document can go away. Document is going to be news list. And data sources can go away, because that's going to be news list data source. Okay. And then our add directive here is going to be APL. So while I'm in the docs, I may as well do the other thing, which is had this on a page a second ago. There was a place where it said, verify the user's device supports APL. Check the context system device supported interfaces object. This feels like a, man, this does feel like a place that you would give me that source code. I mean, I can do it. That's fine. In your skill code, determine. We just don't give that little snippet. Boy, that would be really nice to have. Okay, so in here, what I want to do is say, instead of this, if handler input dot request envelope not that dot context. I think this is it. Let me take a look at my request here. We'll just take a deep look. So the request comes in, and in here I probably have the word context somewhere. Do I see APL anywhere? Context. So what was the thing in the thing? That. Context system device dot supported interfaces. I feel like I've already built this. There's a function in the Ask SDK, yes. If Alexa gets supported interfaces, man, that's a messy call. I think I may actually have this already. If I look at helper, I think I may have already built this for myself. Supports APL. Yeah, I'm already doing that. So we're just going to call helper.supports APL. That's easier. News intent. So we're in here. We're going to say if helper dot supports APL, and that's it. I have helper included already. So if helper.supports APL, then we're going to do all this stuff. And I just want to see if it works. I don't care what the data is. I just want to get it to render. So let's give that a roll. and we'll say, give me the news. Maybe we'll get something on the screen.
Jeff, I had trouble doing what you asked.
Cool.
Please
cool.
try again.
What did I do? Cannot read properties of undefined. Oh, I probably have to pass in. Where did helper go? Yeah, I have to pass it the handler input, or it doesn't know what to do. So news intent. Okay. That's a valid error. That's yeah, you're totally right, Alex. Just moving too fast. Come on, give me some stuff on the screen. Let's see it.
Here's the latest Alexa developer
Nice.
news. Jeff Blankenberg. Headline 3.
Beautiful.
Body 4. Headline 5. Body 6. Another thing I can do is play speech cons. Bazinga! Just ask me to say a speech con. What else can I help you with?
Okay, now one of the things that I'm realizing about this is that this is going to force some things on me. I think getting an image is kind of cool. It gives this a little more visual appeal. But it's going to require them to put an image in for each one, and they're going to say, oh, I don't have a way to make an image for this. What do I do if I don't have an image? So I'll probably just have to have a default. So yeah, and now the fun part, dynamic data sources. So this actually should be pretty easy, I think, Alex, but I would be curious to know as I get into this what you think. So I have this news list data source, right? And it's pretty simple, where I have this items array, and in here I have there's different classifications. What do those look like? Recent, previously read. What does my data look like? This is all just stacking this data though, so that's fine. So I'm just going to create this array. Excuse me. Allergies are working today. So I feel like in my news intent, I need to create some objects that look like this. And so in here, I have I want to do this first. So we'll do this right here. Dynamically update the data source with our actual news items. Seems like there's a nice helper function that could come out of this as well, but for now I'm just going to do it here. And I may like it'd be a conversion, right? I pass in an array that is a format that I store, like my news table, and it sends me back an array of objects that are the appropriate format for APL. I mean, that's what I'm going to build anyway, but then I'll build a helper function that just does it for me automatically. Okay. So we have up here, we have this thing called news items that already exists. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna take that thing. We're gonna go through it again. I feel like we could do this in here. Man, we could make this even simpler. We're already looping through them. Var news items for APL. And right now this equals empty array. Okay, and then down here, since we're already looping through, we should be able to say news items for APL I equals, this is going to be a custom object, And in that object, we're going to have a couple of properties. I feel like this isn't going to be terrible at all, Alex. I'm feeling pretty good about this so far. So news list data source, they're going to have, I can just take this. So we'll just take that and dump it here. Not the comma. And then, I really hate this notation. I understand why we do it. It's safer. I like that so much better. Okay. I don't know what the item type does for me. I don't know what item type actually does. I can leave it there, but it's going to be the same every time. Primary text. I've already done the conversions on this, so this primary text is going to be the voice headline. This is where things start to get messy, though, because now I'm basically requiring them to have a headline, or it's going to get gross. Here's my headline. There's my secondary text. We'll leave the image in there for now. We'll have to deal with that later. But that news items for APL, I now have an array of objects. And I don't need to do any of this. And then I can just say here, news list data source dot data source dot item list dot items I'll want this. But I don't need this placeholder content in here, right? I could take all this out. So I could just have that as my data source file. Makes me wonder why I even have the data source file, honestly, now. But in here, I should be able to say items, item list dot items. This is just going to equal kind of my news items for APL. That's not entirely true, but this should work. I mean, this should at least render. Like, I'm not going to have this recent here, and I don't know where that actually comes from. Is that in the news list? Yeah, that's this piece here. Okay, so we can use like a developer news or something. Okay. So let's get the news. We should see our news in there now, right? Unless I broke something.
Here is the most recent news for Alexa developers.
Amazing.
Jeff Blankenberg. Headline 3. Body 4. Headline 5. Body 6. What can I help you do next?
Okay. This is mostly good. I think I want to play with the formatting. If I look at this one, I don't think I love this formatting. Like, I like the big font and the small font, but I actually feel like I don't know if I like the readability. Like, I like the big on this and I like the small. Yeah, now we change everything to speak items. That's something I'm not familiar with. I'll have to do a little research to dig into how. Let's add that though, because I agree with you. That is something I would want. You weren't here as I was mentioning that earlier, so we're doing that now. I don't need that comment. To do. Robert Tables, good morning. Yes, I will be presenting at reInvent next month. I'm just doing one Alexa session. There was a plan to do two, but it got too complicated, too last minute. So just doing one, although I may present in multiple places. But I will be at reInvent. I'll be there all week, actually. I think I get there Sunday afternoon, evening, and leave Friday morning. So a good chunk of the week, and I'll be looking for people to say hi to and hang out with and chat. So I'll, if we have a chance, let's run into each other. Alex says, not Alex, Alexa says, change everything to a speak item. Go figure out how to do that. Smiley. Okay. So we've gotten it to a good place, right? I have this really nice display now. I'm completely with you, Alex. I really feel like getting these to be speak items and having it move item by item is with like some highlighting would be super awesome. Now here's another question though. If I take my data, we were doing short stuff before, but now let's go find famous TV sign-offs. Let's take, come on, where's the, and that's the way it is. We'll take this whole paragraph and we'll take body 4, Walter Cronkite. Obviously, I'm not going to keep this data in here, but I'm interested to see how it blows the thing up. What does too much content look like?
Here is the most recent news for Alexa developers. Jeff Blankenberg
auto trims it for me.
Headline 3.
I don't know if I love that.
Walter Cronkite. CBS Evening News anchor Walter Cronkite never intended for this sign-off to become his. There was a problem communicating with the requested skill.
Really? The stop intent just made me fail. I said, should end session may not be false for Amazon stop intent. What in the world am I doing in a stop intent? What? So that was the Walter Cronkite response. I said stop. I have no idea why that just happened. Not going to worry about it for now. We'll come back to that. So it crops it. Is that a thing? I don't think I automatically add a reprompt. That would happen in index. No, not that one. This one. No, not that one. This one. Yes, I think that is actually it. If I look at my put SSML, gosh, we're rat holing here, but this is good. This is how we find problems. Helper, put SSML. If see, I'm saying if there's a reprompt, then do it. And there should only be a reprompt if there should be a reprompt. So I am catching that case. But if I look at my stop intent, output speech, I don't see output speech, speak. There is a reprompt. Weird. Why is there a reprompt? Oh, okay. I'll have to deal with that another time, but that is that is a problem. We should not be sending a reprompt if there's not supposed to be one. Not even sure how that works. There's not even any content in there. Oh. No, I don't even know why it would do that. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I do it right here. Dummy. So this goes here. And this kind of goes here. And then this goes here. I think that just fixed it. I was adding a reprompt even when the content didn't call for it. I think that's probably what it is. Okay, we'll check that in a minute. Good catch, though. Try that again. Debugging. Thank you. Okay, so the thing I was looking at is that it crops my content here. I kind of want that they're going to give me concise content. I want 2 or 3 sentences. I didn't see anything in the APL, though. This is definitely an Alex question if he's watching. I didn't see anything in the APL news list. So I have my header here, and then I have my item list.items. This is my data that's coming in. And for each item, I have a container. There's got to be something in here that like truncates the secondary text, right? Is there a way to tell it to not truncate? There's got to be a way, right? Why? I don't see anything in here that's okay. This is really where we are. This is our normal notification items. I have data.primary text, data.secondary text. I have my image. I don't see anything in here that's like telling it to truncate my content. That's my background. This is me pulling in my background. This is the header with a back button. This is my sequence. This is what we do if there's a subheading, which we don't have. Alexa text list item. This. What could I change this to that would just show the text in the bounds of the box? Like, let's say I had 30 rows of text and I just wanted it to show all of it. Is there a different type I should use that would not truncate? I just want it to show all the text, and then that'll be on us to make sure that it looks good. But I don't think I'll be able to get by with like 7 or 8 words. Oh my gosh, it's 9:30 already? If I come back to this, and I come back to this, and we say, instead of Alexa text list item, what else can I put in here? Does it give me options? I don't have all these types memorized. Okay. Formatted the display within a list. And I think what you were saying is that there's no... Oh, this is the primary text. It can wrap to multiple lines as needed. That's what I see here. Alexa text list item. Oh, so maybe only the primary text can do that. I think that's probably my issue, is that the primary text is allowed to be longer. So what if I just change that up? What if I... secondary text position top, and then I'm actually going to change the values. So in my use intent, wherever that is, we're going to, when we do this, we're going to change this to head body and this to headline. And now we've swapped them out. So now if we try this, give me the news. No, I guess I have to start the skill.
The economy grew at an annual...
Thank you for that. Open Voice Developer first.
Sorry, I can't do that right now. Try telling me to exit and then try. Hello, and welcome to Voice Developer. This skill can give you information and answers about Alexa skill. Here's the latest Alexa developer news. Jeff Blankenberg. Headline 3. Walter Cronkite. CBS Evening News anchor Walter Cronkite never intended for this sign-off to become his signature line repeated nightly for decades.
Stop work now?
This place is dead anyways.
Nice. Okay, so I think we can live with this. I need to change my content out, but the secondary text didn't show up now. It was showing up before, and all I changed was the secondary text position to top. Which when I saw, where'd it go? When I saw this list of text items, we're gonna Alexa text list. Change this to top. Doing that right? The big text is on top, the bold is on the bottom. Bold is on top. The order is on its way is large. I can't do this. So okay, so that's just swapping the top and bottom. That's what I want. So why is it not showing up on mine? I definitely have content there, but like the Blankenberg one, there should be a Jeff right here. If I look at my data, Jeff. Here, we'll change these body 3. Line 4. Body 4. Body 5. And line 6. Okay. So when I run this,
Here's the latest Alexa
did I type
developer
something wrong in
news.
the code?
Jeff Blankenberg.
I did.
Headline 3. Body 3. Headline 4. Body 4. Here is the most recent
Just the
news for
typo.
Alexa developers. Jeff Blankenberg. Headline 3. Body 3. Headline 4. Body 4. Headline 5. Body 5. Headline 6. Body 6. Another thing I can do is play speech cons.
Okay.
Bazinga! Just ask me to say a speech con. What else can I help you with?
So do I have the blog open still? I don't think I do. Alexa develop a blog. Maybe outside today. So let's take one of the. Let's take this. So announcing the general availability of. I don't know if this is the title we would use, but let's use some real data. So voice headline is that, and then my I don't want the story. I just want like this. Take that, and we'll put this in here. And today is going to be whatever the date on that blog post was, which was September 30th. Okay. That's fantastic. Let's hear it. Let's see what that looks like. Is that too much content?
Here is the most recent news for Alexa developers. Jeff
I chose the one
Blankenberg.
That, oh my gosh. Okay.
Headline 3. Body 3. Headline 4. Body 4. Headline.
Try that again.
Here's the latest Alexa developer news. Jeff Blankenberg. Headline 3. Body 3. Announcing the general availability of the Alexa A/B testing service. The Alexa Skills A/B testing service, which allows skill builders to make informed design choices, is generally available starting September 30th. Did you know I can repeat what I just said? Just say, repeat that, to hear anything I say a second time.
I did know that. Okay, this is coming together. I'll probably play with the formatting a little bit, and I've got to decide what my default image is when they don't provide one, and get some image assets flowing in there. So let's make ourselves a little to-do list. To create a default news item image, pull an image from the database if it exists. What else do I want to do here? I need to change the formatting. I don't love the look of this, but this is some simple layout stuff, like deciding what these are going to look like. I can do that. So play with the formatting of the Alexa text list item so that it looks better. Remember that primary text needs to be the longer content. Okay. What else did I want to do with this screen? I don't think I can do this. If I go to text list item, like we're in all this stuff, I can't do like a link, right? I still can't do like a clickable swipe to action. Progress bar, icon. What can a button do? I haven't spent enough time with these. What I want it to do is launch a browser. That would be my perfect ideal scenario, but I still don't think we can do that. You can't just click on something and go to a browser for security purposes. Do we have in our layout? Do we have a tertiary text? We don't even have tertiary text, but Alexa list item supports it, so I could just say secondary text, tertiary text. We're going to call this like that. And then was there anything in here? No, this one doesn't have it. But when we're looking at the text list item, it does support tertiary text. And a tertiary text position, I would want that also. So tertiary text position is going to be bottom. No. Goodness. Okay. And then in my news intent, I could have a tertiary text, which is just the URL that I would want you to go to, so at least you could see it if you can't click on it. Tertiary text. We're going to call this link. All right. Did I just break everything? Let's see. It's very possible. Very possible that I broke everything. Oh my gosh, I gotta go.
Here is the most recent news for Alexa developers. Jeff Blankenberg.
Yeah, that looks
Headline
it's
3.
not there.
Body 3. Announcing the general availability of the Alexa A/B testing service. The Alexa Skills A/B testing service, which allows skill builders to make informed design choices, is generally available starting September 30th. What would you like to try?
Should we try this on a real device? Let's do it. We'll do it on the big dog. Alexa, open Voice Developer.
Hello,
Whoa.
and welcome to Voice Developer. This skill can give you information and answers about Alexa skill development. Another thing I can do is play speech cons. Bazinga! Just ask me to say a speech con. What else can I help you with?
Give me the news.
Here is the most recent news for Alexa developers. Jeff
That looks so good.
Blankenberg. Headline 3. Body 3. Announcing the general availability of the Alexa A/B testing service. The Alexa Skills A/B testing service, which allows skill builders to make informed design choices, is generally available starting September 30th. Did you know that you can ask for sound effects? Just say something like, play a laser sound effect.
Stop.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Amazing. What happens if I hit this? Where did that take me? anywhere?
Jeff. Jeff, I had trouble doing what you asked.
Yeah, that's because I'm
try again.
I'm not catching that handler. Okay, awesome. So let's add that to our list.
Your current SSML properties are
Alexa.
domain.
Stop.
Excuse me. I have to go. Somewhere, there is a crime that needs justice.
Handle the back button event. Okay, I think we're good for now. We have working APL. There's more to do. There's always more to do. But I have to stop for today. I have a meeting starting, I think, in like 5 minutes. So we made some really good progress on this, and I think we can make this even sexier. You know what else I just noticed? Is it still beeping between the news items? I don't feel like it is. Is it? No, that's not what I wanted. I say give me the news one more time. Is there a beep between them?
Here is the most recent news for Alexa developers.
Yeah, I guess.
Jeff Blankenberg. Headline.
Okay.
This place is dead anyways.
Okay, so my sound effects are still working. Everything's good. We're in a good spot. I'm going to commit this. Major updates to news intent. All of that goes, and we are good. Okay. Code is saved for today. Alex, I've added tertiary text. I'm going to play with the formatting on this stuff because I want this to be small and probably a brighter color. I think I'm right in thinking this, but maybe you can correct me, Alex. Is there any way, even an APL, for me to provide something someone can tap on that launches a browser? If I wanted to have them click on a thing and go to another, to the website with more information or something, like I have jeffblankenberg.info here. I can do that. Yeah, if you could open URL command, perfect. I'm going to add that to my notes. Use the open URL command to launch the URLs on tap. Also, allow users to say something like launch number 2. Sounds weird. Okay, launch number 3. We'll play with that and see what we can do. All right, that's going to do it for today, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. This has been a fun conversation, and tell your friends. We'll be here. I'll be here again tomorrow morning. We're going to keep working on this. So I will see you then. Bye, everybody.